At the start of the story, we see a devastated world. The entire land was barren except for a region in Australia known as the Green Place of Different Mothers, where there was still water left. Fruits were cultivated through farming, and many women lived in this area. One day, a girl named Furiosa came to pick up a ripe fruit. She heard noise nearby and investigated, discovering a group of bikers. Furiosa cut the oil pipe of one of the bikers. Just as she was about to cut the pipe of the second bike, the other biker spotted her. Before he could catch her, Furiosa stabbed the biker in the leg with a knife and fled from the scene. While running, she began to whistle loudly, warning the people in the area about the impending danger. Before she could make it to safety in the populated area, the biker managed to halt her by throwing a rope in her direction. The group of people picked up Furiosa and began transporting her away from the scene. Meanwhile, Furiosa's mother and the warriors from their community pursued the bikers on horseback to rescue Furiosa. During the pursuit, riding on a horse, Furiosa's mom swiftly cuts the throat of the biker riding a motorcycle and they commandeered the bike. Before she could use the bike to reach and save Furiosa, the locals of the area provided her with some seeds. This serves as a reminder that no one from the other area should learn about the Green Place. Anyone who has seen it has never lived to tell about it. Upon hearing this, she swiftly advanced and fatally shot a biker with a gun. The two bikers ahead halted and attempted to discern what had occurred and why the other biker had departed. They spotted Furiosa's mom approaching from a distance and panicked, speeding away on their bikes. Meanwhile, Furiosa managed to cut the oil pipe of the bike she was tied to. Furiosa's mom repaired her own bike using parts from the deceased biker's bike and transferred all the fuel from that bike to hers. She then caught up with the bikers once more. Soon it was already night. The fuel in the bike to which the bikers had tied Furiosa ran out because she had cut the fuel pipe. In this predicament, the two bikers began fighting with each other. Taking advantage of the situation, Furiosa freed herself and attempted to escape. However, she was unable to make it home as the bikers caught her again. They returned to their own territory. The next morning, we find Furiosa's mom has also reached the bikers' camp, where she discovers the bikers in the Green Place along with Furiosa. She shoots and kills one of the bikers, but the other manages to safely return to his camp with Furiosa. There he shares the news that he has found a green place with the people. There are abundant resources and women there. Upon hearing this, Furiosa realizes that both her people and the people of this area are now in danger because he will inevitably reveal the location of the Green Place. To prevent this, Furiosa demonstrates her resourcefulness by swiftly wrapping a rope around the man's neck and publicly executing him by pushing him off the bike in front of everyone. In the end, Furiosa and her mom eliminate all the bikers who disclose the location of the Green Place to them. Now, these remaining bikers take Furiosa to their leader because she's the one who can lead them to the Green Place. The leader of the bikers proves to be cunning. He treats Furiosa respectfully and instructs everyone to take good care of her. This is done in the hope that he can deceive her and extract the location of the Green Place from her. At night, Furiosa's mom arrived at the camp. She stripped the clothes off a deceased biker and disguised herself to blend in. Her sole purpose was to locate Furiosa. She searched through every camp, killing anyone who didn't have Furiosa until she finally arrived at the camp where Furiosa was held. After rescuing Furiosa, her mother was poised to eliminate the last remaining girl. However, the girl pleaded, "No, don't kill me. I'm a prisoner here, just like your daughter." Hearing this, Furiosa's mom spared her, taking Furiosa and fleeing on her bike. Unbeknownst to her, the girl she spared would betray her. She activated her emergency alarm, alerting many people who then pursued Furiosa and her mom. From a distance, the bikers attacked them with bombs, causing all of Furiosa's mom's clothes to catch fire. To escape the flames, she removed her burning armor and got back on the bike, speeding away as fast as she could. Despite their distance, the bikers closed in on her quickly. Furiosa's mom realized she couldn't outrun them, so she stopped, got off the bike, and instructed Furiosa to go home alone. Along with that, she gave Furiosa a peach seed and said to make sure to plant it when she returns, and she herself stayed here to shoot the bikers. She bravely stopped to confront the bikers alone, but despite her efforts, she was soon outnumbered as more and more bikers surrounded her. Furiosa was also captured by these people, witnessing her mother tied to a tree and brutally killed before her eyes. Afterwards, the leader of the bikers dressed Furiosa in clothes similar to his own and imprisoned her in a cage, using her as a spectator for his own twisted entertainment. In this moment, the biker leader also gives Furiosa his daughter's teddy bear, which Furiosa accidentally drops. Enraged, the leader orders her to leave. Meanwhile, an elderly man passing by suggests to Furiosa that if she learns to read and write from him, she could become valuable to their leader and avoid further mistreatment. However, Furiosa refuses to heed anyone's advice. Instead, she secretly tattoos a path from this place to the Green Place on her hand, hoping that one day she will return there. She was concerned about forgetting the way, so she tattooed the entire map on her arm. As time passed, the bikers one day encountered red smoke while traveling. They deduced that people must be living nearby. Following the smoke, they arrived at a place where they found a war boy who led them to the Citadel, a fortress in the area. A fortress ruled by Immortan Joe. The Citadel was a source of joy and security, providing water and cultivating food for its soldiers. He commanded his soldiers so effectively that they were willing to sacrifice their lives for him. When the bikers, facing resource scarcity, threatened Immortan Joe, demanding cooperation and supplies, he scoffed at their leader's ultimatum. Immortan Joe then ordered one of his warriors to sacrifice themselves, demonstrating to the biker leader that his army's loyalty and readiness to die for him outweighed any power the bikers believed they held. His words proved true when his people swiftly seized all the bikers' bikes from the chains. With no other options, the bikers had to flee to save themselves. As they fled, the biker leader noticed Furiosa had escaped her cage and was trapped in a pit. Risking his life, he rescued Furiosa, and together they fled from the scene. They see another castle on the way. The name of this castle was Gastown. Oil was refined in Gastown, powering Immortan Joe's weapons and vehicles. The biker leader devised a plan to seize control of Gastown, intending to use its oil reserves as leverage against Immortan Joe. However, security at Gastown was formidable. To infiltrate it, he disguised many of his people as war boys and approached the gate. When the gate was not open for them, the biker leader unexpectedly turned on his own people and killed them. To make them believe that he had taken control of Immortan Joe's fortress and that his people were now enslaved, the biker leader Dementus executed a plan. Witnessing this display, the people of Gastown opened their doors for him as well. After seizing Gastown, Dementus mutilated the town's leader by cutting off their fingers and sent a message to Immortan Joe. Upon seeing this, Immortan Joe realized that Dementus was gaining power, primarily due to the control of the oil resources. Therefore, he sent a message proposing a meeting with Dementus. Dementus wanted this. He himself required basic supplies that were in Immortan Joe's possession. To address this, he confronted Immortan Joe alongside the leader of Gastown, who happened to be Immortan Joe's sick brother. Many of the functions of Gastown's leader were supported by the machines integrated into his body. To blackmail Immortan Joe, Dementus swiftly used these machines to torture his brother before ultimately killing him. Afterward, Dementus informed Immortan Joe that he had planted bombs throughout Gastown. He asserted that he alone knew how to activate or deactivate these bombs. Dementus demanded that Immortan Joe make him the leader of Gastown if he wanted to save it from destruction. Otherwise, Immortan Joe would lose control of Gastown entirely. As Dementus spoke, Immortan Joe's attention was fixed on Furiosa. Immortan Joe proposed to Dementus that he would hand over control of Gastown in exchange for Furiosa and one biker. Furiosa interjected, stating that she was not his daughter. He had killed her mother and abducted her. This revelation angered Dementus. He took his daughter's toy from her hands and left from there, handing her over to Immortan Joe. Furiosa was taken to a place where many of Immortan Joe's wives lived. Furiosa, like them, was expected to become one of Immortan Joe's wives and live in his harem. Despite the kindness shown by these women towards Furiosa, she couldn't ignore how Immortan Joe forced them to remain with him. Here, Furiosa witnessed a disturbing event. When Immortan Joe's daughter was born, he ordered the infant to be buried alive in a fit of rage. He only wanted sons. It wasn't that Immortan Joe didn't have a son. He had many sons, but none of them were healthy according to him. As a result, he kept them all as war boys. Immortan Joe hoped that one day a healthy son would be born among his many wives who would rule like him. In this moment, Immortan Joe's son notices Furiosa. He grabs Furiosa by the hair and attempts to mistreat her. Furiosa managed to escape by freeing her hair from his hands this time, but she didn't want to let this happen again. She knew this boy would surely harass her again. Anticipating the boy's advances, she shaved her head and fashioned a wig from netting and wax. During this incident, it became apparent that she also safeguarded a peach seed given to her by her mother, which she had kept safe until then. The next time that boy came to harass Furiosa and grabbed her hair again, she freed herself by pushing his hand away and ran from there, leaving her wig in his hands. The boy chased after her to find her, but in the meantime, he encountered his own brother who asked him, "What are you doing here?" The boy had no answer. He had already thrown away Furiosa's wig that he had in his hand because he was afraid his father might punish him if he saw him there. Despite his efforts to locate Furiosa, he couldn't find her because Furiosa had disguised herself as a boy. This disguise helped Furiosa preserve her reputation and secure a position within the Citadel. Furiosa excelled in agility and skills, which led her to be assigned to fitting chains inside Immortan Joe's large machines. Over the course of 15 years, Furiosa grew up and no one could recognize her true identity as a girl. Also because until now Furiosa pretended to be mute. Up until now, Furiosa had maintained the facade of being obedient and fulfilling all of Immortan Joe's rituals, which led him to believe she was loyal. Immortan Joe assigned her the task of constructing a large drill which could easily destroy anything. Immortan Joe successfully developed a machine that was attached to a truck, and during its inaugural test drive, Dementis and his forces launched an attack. Dementis's forces assaulted the machine using parachutes and bombs against the war boys. Jack, the driver of the truck, refused to halt the vehicle and continued driving. Dementis's forces also attacked the truck, causing a significant malfunction. Furiosa displayed bravery by attempting to fix the problem underneath the truck, allowing Jack to quickly drive it away. However, her efforts were thwarted when a Dementis man also crawled under the truck to plant a bomb. Furiosa engaged in a fight with him, ultimately killing him and throwing the bomb off the truck, averting disaster. After that, she entered the truck while fixing its fault. On the other side, the Dementis forces continued their assault, targeting the war boys. During the chaos, a war boy attacked the small truck of the Dementis faction, causing it to collide with another truck. The impact of the collision jolted Furiosa, causing her hat to fall off and revealing her flying hair. Seeing her flowing hair, Jack realized in front of him that she is a girl. Despite this revelation, the focus quickly returned to the ongoing battle. Furiosa courageously fought and successfully eliminated her enemies. After eliminating her enemies, Furiosa held Jack at gunpoint because she anticipated he might pose a threat. However, Jack reassured her, acknowledging her skills as a warrior and expressing indifference towards her gender. He emphasized the importance of teamwork in controlling the rig and requested her support as a team member. Furiosa relented, and together they took the rig truck towards Gastown. After many years, Dementis was seeing Furiosa, but now she had grown significantly, so Dementis did not recognize her. It is revealed that Dementis has run out of oil supply. In exchange, he used to obtain other supplies from Immortan Joe. Dementis instructs Jack to arrange a meeting with him. Jack agrees, but insists on not providing any supplies without receiving oil in return. This leads to a confrontation where the bikers attack them and begin looting the food supplies. Furiosa drives her truck away to protect it, while Jack defends the truck by fighting off those attempting to approach. Eventually, they safely reach the Citadel and send a message to Immortan Joe about meeting with the Dementis faction. In the midst of the battle, Furiosa was struck by a knife. Jack removed the arrow from her body and proceeded to stitch the wound. Both of them became very close while talking. Jack asked Furiosa about how her parents had died. Furiosa revealed that she had been kidnapped by bikers who had taken her away from her family. She showed Jack the peach seed her mother had given her, and then revealed the map of the green place on her hand, expressing her enduring hope to reach there someday. Moved by her story, Jack promised Furiosa that he would do his best to help her reach her destination. In response, Furiosa expressed her desire for Jack to accompany her on this journey. They received a message from Immortan Joe indicating he would attend a meeting with the Dementis faction, and they will have to prepare their entire army and follow him. This time, Jack didn't seat her in the rig but assigned her to drive a truck because he had a plan to deceive everyone and reach the green place using this truck. Upon arriving at Gastown, a truck managed to enter first, while Furiosa turned away in different direction. She had been waiting for Jack to join her, but instead of accompanying her, Jack released a green smoke into the air and did not follow her. He was calling the war boys here to fight in the battle. Seeing this, Furiosa became upset and left alone. Before she could reach the green place, she had the opportunity, but she didn't go. The thought of Jack fighting alone there came to her mind, so she returned to Gastown to help Jack, retrieving her sniper rifle and opening fire on their enemies. One of her shots missed Dementis. Meanwhile, Jack used his rig to breach the gate of Gastown and drove inside, initiating the destruction of the entire structure. In the midst of this chaos, the bikers launched an attack to halt Jack's progress. During the skirmish, Jack's rig broke down, and he fell into a pit. Just in time, Furiosa arrived. She rescues Jack from here by attaching a chain to a bike. Subsequently, they boarded another truck and fled the scene. Their plan was to escape and head towards the green place, but they were pursued relentlessly. When the Dementis truck caught up with Furiosa's, she readied her gun to fend off the approaching threat. Amidst the chaos, Furiosa's hand became caught between the two trucks, the same hand bearing the map she had etched. Both Jack and Furiosa were now in the clutches of the Dementis faction. Suddenly, the bikes surrounding them started moving. They tied Jack to one of the bikes and spun him in circles, subjecting him to a life-threatening ordeal every seconds, while Furiosa remained restrained with chains. The Dementis members found amusement in watching the bikes spin rapidly. Eventually growing bored, Dementis turned around and noticed Furiosa had managed to sever her chained arm and escape from their grasp. In his rage, Dementis ordered his followers to chase after Furiosa. As he tried to pursue her in his truck, Dementis discovered that Furiosa had sabotaged his truck by removing its tire, causing him to crash. Meanwhile, Furiosa managed to ride her bike for a short distance before running out of petrol, forcing her to continue on foot. During her journey, Furiosa's injured arm bled profusely under the scorching sun until she collapsed from exhaustion. Fortunately, a war boy from Citadel spotted her and brought her back to safety. She received medical treatment at Citadel, and upon regaining consciousness, she expressed her desire to meet with Immortan Joe. When brought before Immortan Joe, Furiosa warned him about the impending attack from the Dementis faction. She revealed their plan to destroy Gastown, and now he wants to overthrow the Citadel. Immortan Joe devised a counterplan to intercept them before they could execute their attack on Gastown. This meant launching a preemptive strike on Gastown before the Dementis faction could attack Citadel. As they approached Gastown, the Dementis faction spotted them and declared war. A fierce week-long battle ensued between Citadel and Gastown, with both sides engaged in intense combat. Amidst the intense fighting between the two factions, Furiosa returned to Citadel and constructed her own mechanical arm. She then retrieved a damaged vehicle and returned to the battlefield. There she noticed Immortan Joe's sons repairing their vehicles and weapons, seizing an opportunity to take a tire to repair her own car. Continuing forward, Furiosa encountered Dementis and the remnants of his faction fleeing the battlefield to save themselves. They spotted Furiosa's car, drawing their attention to her as she continued on her path. Before they could attack Furiosa, she sprinted towards them in her car, striking and incapacitating them. Swiftly dispatching them with fatal blows, she killed all except Dementis, whom she didn't initially see. As she glanced away momentarily, she noticed a biker fleeing from the scene. It was none other than Dementis. Dementis was in his final moments. His bike was damaged, and Furiosa had caught up to him. She had the opportunity to end him quickly but chose not to. Instead, she wanted Dementis to fully comprehend who she was and why she sought retribution against him. She considered this drawn-out ordeal a form of punishment, so intense that it caused him to collapse in exhaustion. When Dementis regained consciousness, she confronted Dementis, revealing her identity as the girl he had kidnapped 15 years ago and whose mother he had killed. Despite this revelation, Dementis still struggled to recall her. So Furiosa cuts off his teddy bear that was tied with a chain, prompting Dementis to finally recognize her. He apologized and proposed they rule together, acknowledging Furiosa's bravery. In response, Furiosa dropped his teddy bear to the ground and appeared to execute Dementis with a gun. However, she spared his life, instead burying him alive beneath a peach tree. This act symbolized closure and justice, as the peach tree held sentimental value. It was a gift from Furiosa's mother. The ground absorbed Dementis' essence, converting it into power that nourished a towering tree bearing a peach. Dementis witnessed this transformation with his own eyes, recognizing it as his final moments before death. The scene concluded there. Meanwhile, Furiosa successfully liberated Immortan Joe's wives from his captivity using her rig. She starts to lead them towards the green place, showing them the way, and the story ends here.